It is a very warm and sunny day today as we are in Mount Olympus, Greek to start things off in the semifinals of the Minecraft Beer Pong League Season 1. We're closing it in right now for the semifinals as we welcome in our two alive players, JalapeñoPancake and FX Stormz. FX Stormz, who still stays alive, took out McDave, YT, and Shadow Dragon, and he is here today to do this one more time if he could. And his opponent for today is JalapeñoPancake, who took out Penn Central 8505 in round 8, as well as Blizzard the Arctic Fox in the quarterfinals, and he is here in the semifinals to face off his enemy, FX Stormz. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I am Golden Money, your host. Right beside me on the left and right side, we got It's Dan MC and Top Shot as our spectators. They're going to be watching this matchup. This is going to be pretty interesting. These two are still alive right now, but only one of them can advance on to the championship game, and the other one will be going home. And it's going to be one of these two. I have no idea who it's going to be, but the winner will take on the winner from round number 1 of the semifinals. It was either Ian Ray or Flash Z. Go watch that video right now, link in the description. But for right now, before we do anything else and start the matchups, let's take a look at the votes that we had. So I posted 1 month ago who is going to the championship game. Will it be FX Stormz or JalapeñoPancake? 69, which is a really great number, percent of people say that JalapeñoPancake is going to win, and a 31% chance that Stormz will win. But we're not quite sure if these answers are right or not. Maybe they could turn around. We have no idea, but we will see coming up. FX Stormz, JalapeñoPancake, thank you both for joining me tonight. FX Stormz, welcome to semifinals round 2. You are still alive.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
I'm a little nervous, but I think I'm gonna kick his ass.
I see you're wearing your McDonald's uniform. Did you just get off your shift?
Yeah, that was a long shift. I'm kind of tired, but
what are your strats for tonight?
I would rather not say.
You would rather not say. That is pretty smart. Well, I hope you win. Go subscribe to this man right here.
Yeah.
Let's try and get him up to 2K.
Yeah.
Good luck to you
if
today.
I win this game, then I was coming out early.
See these two are fighting. JalapeñoPancake, welcome to semifinals round 2.
Hey, Golden Money. Good to be here.
Very great to be here. You took out Blizzard the Arctic Fox, and you also took out Penn Central. What are your strats for tonight? You think you're going to win?
I will let my game do the talking.
I wish you the best of luck. Go subscribe to JalapeñoPancake. Let's try and get you up to 300.
Try to get me anywhere, honestly. My number's not looking too hot.
Good luck to you today, my friend. Alright, everybody. Now that we interviewed everybody, let's go ahead and begin the games. So, like every other beer pong game, we always do a coin toss to see who is going to go first. So, I got my lucky quarter out and ready. Alright. So we're going to do a little bit something different this time in the matches. I should have done this in the semifinals of round 1. But, JalapeñoPancake, you scored the most amount of points against Blizzard the Arctic Fox in your last round. The last and final score was 9-8 or 9-8, I believe. But anyways, since you scored the most amount of points, it is your call. Heads or tails? Tails? Stormz, you are going to be heads. Points flipped. It is heads. Stormz, that means you will be going first. Alright, so the 10-minute timer is ready to rock and roll. So Stormz, whenever you're ready, go ahead and shoot the bow and let's get the game started. So here we go. 10 minutes on the timer, and we stopped right there at 9:57. Did he get that in? And yes, he did. Dunk in, FX Stormz. Makes it inside the 5. So, really great start for him overall. He's now 1 point on the board. 9:57, he could shoot away his second arrow whenever he's ready. Alright, so here we go. Second arrow fires. That lands on top of the 5, and that is incomplete. He still has one more arrow left. So now he's angling on the left side. And that is incomplete. He hits at least the 9, but it does not go in. So it's now JalapeñoPancake's turn. So here goes. The first arrow of his fires. And that is incomplete. That lands at the wall. So here goes the second arrow. That one fires up. And that is a dunk in right there. 9:25. Dunk in, JalapeñoPancake. So those were 2 arrows gone. It's now tied 1-1. Pancake still has one more arrow. Let's see where he's going to go next. So 9:25 right now. The last arrow's fired. That hits in between, I believe. I did not stop the clock there. Yep, that hits in between. That is no good. All right, a little bit of a delay over here, but it's FX Stormz' turn. Clock is right now at 9 minutes, and we stopped there at 8:58. That's a dunk it in the 1. So far, good start there for FX Stormz. 8:58 on the timer. He landed in the 1. Fires again, and that is incomplete. And that lands out of the booth. Incomplete. 8:45 on the timer. Pancake still has the time. And 3 of his arrows, and that's 1 gone. Still 2-1. There's still plenty of time. He fires the second one up into the air, and that is incomplete. That was pretty close, but that lands in between the 2 and the 3. I believe he's going for the 3, if I'm 100% right. And looks like he's going for the 2 this time, and that is also incomplete. Let's see if we get that next time, but right now it's FX Stormz' turn. And close to a penalty mark. Thank God it did not hit JalapeñoPancake. That is also an incompletion. And here goes the third arrow, and that lands at the wall, and that is also incomplete. Alright, so here goes Pancake for his first arrow. That fires, and that lands at the 5. Dunk in, JalapeñoPancake. $7:52 on the timer, tie game. Let's see where his 2 arrows are going to go this time. Timer rolls. That was up in the air. That is incomplete. He still has 1 more left. And that lands on top of the 5. That is incomplete. That is blocked. So it's now FX Stormz' turn at 7:30. He's right now waving. I have no idea what he's waving at right now. His first arrow fires. That is incomplete. That lands in between. Here goes number 2, and that was close to hitting Pancake's feet. And stop at 7:05. Did that land in the 2? And no, it did not. That is incomplete. That was his third and final arrow there. It is now Pancake's turn, and the timer will roll whenever he fires at 7:05. So Pancake backing up a little bit. First arrow is up. That is incomplete. That lands on top of the roof of the 5, but that is blocked. Here goes number 2. That lands on top of the wall. Third arrow up, and same thing, lands on the top of the wall. That is incomplete. Stormz looking confident. And first arrow lands in between. That is incomplete. 6:25 on the timer. Here goes number 2, and that lands at the 1. That is also incomplete. And the third and final arrow also lands at the 1, incomplete. So still a tie game, 6:11 on the timer. Like I've said before, one player will be staying in the tourney bracket, and the other one will be going home. That is whoever loses. So that's 2 arrows now gone for Pancake. He's now landing at the 6, I believe. There goes the third arrow. And Pancake's got the lead back. Duncan, Jalapeno Pancake. That landed in the 6, and that's all 3 of his arrows. 5:43. And here goes Stormz. Lands at the 5, incomplete. And lands in between the 4 and the 5. That is also incomplete. And that third and last arrow landed right by the 1. So Pancake now moving to the left. He broke the tie, and he takes the lead by 1. So now he's going somewhere on the left. I believe he's going for the 4. Okay, this one goes a little bit high up. That is incomplete. Here goes arrow number 3. And close to hitting Stormz. Well, luckily he is not injured. So 4:56. There goes his first arrow. And that lands over Pancake's booth. Goes the second. That lands at the 6. Incomplete. And same thing, lands at the 6. Also incomplete. Pancake's possession. That does not go over the wall. Second arrow in his hands. And incomplete again. Third arrow. And lands in the 2. Duncan Pancake. All 3 of his arrows are gone. He takes the lead still. Stormz has a little bit of a competition here. And this is not going to look pretty for him if he can't make any progress getting into a cup. That's 2 arrows gone. That was close in the 3 at least. And that last one lands at the wall. Two to 4 right now. Takes possession. And lands on top of the 1. That is incomplete. I think that's probably what he's trying to land at right now for his... I think that's where he's trying to go for right now. I think he's trying to aim for that 1 cup, but he couldn't seem to get it. But I believe that third arrow can. Yes, Duncan Pancake. For some reason, he keeps on getting all of his third arrows in, which is crazy. Let's see if he could probably get 2 in a row next time. But for right now, it's not his possession at the arrows at the moment. It's Stormz. And Stormz gets it in the 6. He's now getting some points. Duncan. So with 1 more arrow left, and that was close to hitting Pancake in a penalty, but that's incomplete. So 3-5. Pancake's now going on the right side. That first one was incomplete. I think it's now the 3 he's aiming for. And I'm probably right at this point. That second one was close. This needs to go a little bit more further. He's probably got that covered, and I guess he doesn't. It landed in between. That was a little too far. So we got a little bit of some commotion down there with the spectators. That was close to hitting Pancake. That was close to a penalty. And that was also close to a penalty. And that third one does not go over the wall. So still 3-5. Pancake with plenty of time, getting close to the end of quarter number 1. Angling towards the left. If I'm guessing right now, I believe he's going for that 4. That one landed a little too high. I have no idea where that landed, but let's stop here for right now. Did he go... It did not go in by the looks of it. So 2-11 as the timer resumes. And he's going for that 4. I think I was right on that one. So one more arrow left. I think that's going to do it. Did it do it? No, it did not. That was at the 7 that time. 153. Stormz with plenty of time. And he gets his first arrow in the 4. Duncan Stormz. 150 on the timer. That was his first arrow there. Let's see if he could do it again. And that was close in the 3. And I believe that's where he's going for right now. And that was close in the 9. That's incomplete. So this is a pretty close game. Stormz 1 point away from tying. Pancake with 5 cups left. And Stormz with 6 left. So I think Pancake forgot that that 1 cup was blocked. But I believe he's aiming for that 3. And that 5 cup is also blocked. He's got 1 more arrow left. I believe I'm right. He's aiming to the 3, and that is incomplete. So the only cups he's got left are the 3, the 4, and the far back ones. But I believe, yeah, that 9 is blocked. That first arrow was an incompletion. Close to the end of quarter number 1. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout here at 45 seconds. Stormz is out of arrows, and he needs a timeout. So he's charged with 1 timeout right now at the moment. We'll be right back. So a timeout was called by FX Stormz. He ran out of arrows, but thankfully he is reloaded and ready to get back in the games. So it's still possession of 3 arrows. Let's see where he's going to land now. It's not a tiebreaker yet. 4-5 is still our score with 45 seconds left. It's now 40 seconds. 2 arrows gone. And here goes the 3rd. The 3rd lands at the 5. That is incomplete. So with 30 seconds left remaining, here goes Pancake. That one goes pretty high. And that lands at the 7. And no, it doesn't land at the 7. I was wrong. That is a misfire. Clock resumes. 22 seconds. And that one was close to this 4. That's incomplete. Final arrow for him now. That's also incomplete. So with 10 seconds left, Stormz now going to the left side. Ends at the 5. 1 more arrow left to fire for him. And that takes us to the end of quarter number 1. 4-5 is our score. 1 quarter gone. We'll return with more after this. Pancake with possession of the... Well, not possession of the arrows, but with the lead right now at the moment. Stormz with 1 more arrow left. When we come back. Welcome back to quarter number 2 as it's FX Stormz with 1 more arrow left in him. So far, Pancake with the lead with 5. All he needs left is the 3, the 4, 7, 8, and 10. While Stormz, on the other hand, who's in second and close to getting elimination, he needs to get the 2, the 3, and the far back one. So the 7, 8, 9, and 10. So with one more arrow left in him right now, let's see where he's going to go. And rolls, quarter number 2 starts. And nowhere close to the 10. I believe that's where he was aiming for, but it's now Pancake's turn. So Pancake's still with the lead. Let's see where he's going to go. Going on the right side. Fires up. And that's incomplete. So it looks like Pancake is going for the 3 cup, I believe. Let's see if he can make that happen. And that is also incomplete. That was at the corner of the 3. That was at the bottom right. So it goes up again. And that lands on top of the 1, but it's blocked. So Stormz now has possession of arrows. He had to waste a timeout at quarter number 1 because he ran out. So there's 3 of his arrows gone. And that lands nowhere inside of a cup. But let's see if Pancake can do it. First arrow gone. He is locked on that 3. But let's see if he can make it with these last 2. It's up. No good. Close to hitting Stormz. That final one was also not close to hitting Stormz, but that hits at the 6. But that's blocked. So Stormz now possession of the arrows. That first one lands at the wall. There's number 2. That also is incomplete. He's aiming for that 8, I believe. He's going towards the middle of some kind, but that's incomplete. 3 arrows gone for him. 8:20 on the timer. Let's see where Pancake ends up now. Pancake going to the right side. Arrow angling up. That is incomplete. I have no idea where he's aiming for at now. And that is also incomplete. That does not go over the wall. So let's see where this third one goes. That is high up. And that is incomplete. Stormz locked on the left side. I think he's going for the far side, I believe. And here comes the first penalty of the day. 7:37, we stop here. So Stormz hits Pancake. And Stormz is going to be having 2 arrows on his next go. So for right now, he still has 2 arrows at the moment. Well, let's see where he's going to end up now. Sadly, looking down on the ground, he is not happy with himself. It was 7:36 on the timer. He's got 1 more left. And that was not a very powerful shot there. And it's incomplete as well. Arrow 1 for Pancake. That is gone out of his bow. That's incomplete, but he's got 2 left. Oh, it was pretty powerful there. That hits on top of Storm's roof, but that does not hit him. That is not a penalty. He's still good. Third arrow gone. So Stormz, after the penalty, he's got 2. So 2 arrows to fire. Let's see if he can make those 2 count. That first one is gone. He's not aiming high enough. If he wants to get an arrow in, he has to aim a little bit higher. That is incomplete there. So 6:35. It's now Pancake's turn, and he's going on the left. Arrows fired, and that is incomplete. I think he's aiming for that 7. And, oh, that lands on the top of the 4. That lands on the left. So here goes the last one. And, oh, stop at 6:11. Did that go in? And that hits in between. That is incomplete. That's nothing to be worried about right now because he still has the lead up by 1. Stormz now back with 3 arrows. And that was pretty close to another penalty mark. That would not have been very pleased for him. And as well, not as pleased for Pancake either. So that's 2 arrows gone. 1 left. I think he's locked on the 10. And that's very close. Those last 2 were very close. I'm impressed at what he did back there so far. He aimed a little bit closer. I think that was one of his problems right there. But he's now making adjustments. So that first arrow by Pancake, he is locked on the 7, I believe. Those 2 are gone. It doesn't land in a cup. So it has been a while since an arrow has landed in a cup. Those last 3 were incomplete. Stormz is locked up on the 10. And that lands out of the arena. That was too powerful there. Oh man, that goes over my head. I should probably back up a little bit more so I don't get hit. There goes arrow number 3. That's gone. That lands on the ground, nowhere in a cup. So 5:05 on the timer. Let's see where Pancake is going to go. And I believe I know where he's going to go. He's going to go somewhere on the 7, but isn't that worth it? Did he make it? No, he did not. That was pretty close. So here goes number 2. And hits on top of the roof of Stormz' booth. Here goes arrow number 3. Isn't that good? Isn't that perfect? No, it is not. That is also incomplete. Stormz getting ready. Let's see where he's going to go. That one was too powerful over the arena. So he's going to aim somewhere else this time. He still has plenty of time to try and tie up the game. And that lands over the wall. At least that is incomplete. So 4:19 on the timer. Still with Pancake with the lead by 1. And that first arrow is gone. I believe he's aiming for the far side now. That 9 cup, if that's what he's aiming for, that is blocked. And those 3, the first 2 and the third one did not go over the wall, but that lands on top of the wall. But that second one also landed over the wall. So not actually pretty rubbish by Pancake. So those 2 arrows by Stormz are gone. He still has 1 left. Where is he going to land? And that was at Pancake's booth. That's incomplete. 3:40 on the timer. Still not a dunk in. And wait a second. Hold on a minute. If we can stop the timer there, that first arrow will not count for Pancake. Let's stop right here for now at 3:30. There is a penalty mark. And this one is caused by Stormz. So after what we just saw here, if we come right all the way over here, that was a late shot a little bit by Pancake. We saw a spectator pick it up. That was a false shot by Stormz, and because of that, he's got 2 arrows on his next go. So that first arrow there for Pancake did not count. You will get a redo. So 3:30 on the timer. Let's see where he's going to go. And arrow fires. That is full power. Let's see where arrow number 2 is going to go. Arrow 2 lands over the wall. And that third arrow shot, that was way too far up in the air. My goodness, that lands at a tree. Sorry. Stormz with 2 arrows now on him. After that penalty, he's got 1 left. That was incomplete. So that's all for him for now. 2:20 at the timer. He will be back with 3 shots right after Pancake's go. First arrow fires up. Incomplete. Here goes number 2. Still no Duncan. And oh, look at that. There is now this time a Duncan. It's Pancake inside the 4. Four to 6 now at 2:04. Pancake now gets a Duncan in quarter number 2. So he's got 1 more arrow left. Here goes the third and final arrow. It's up, and that's incomplete. I believe he's now locked on the far ones, but the only one that's not far is that 3. That's still open, and that's pretty close. Stormz at 148. So Stormz is locked on the front ones, the 2 and the 3. I believe he's aiming for the 3 right now. That second one lands in between. But let's see where this third arrow goes. And that one does not go over the wall. So Pancake looks like he's going for the 3 now. That third arrow. Wait a second. 116. Did that go in? Goes in. Yes. By a pixel. As you can see right there. I know it's a little bit camouflage. Here, I'll go up a little bit more so you can see it. After a zoom in right there, he's got it. That does count right there. If it lands on the slab, that is a dunk in. Four to 7. 2 dunk-ins for Pancake at this quarter. And 2 arrows left remaining for him. So now he's got the far ones. And 3 cups remaining. So let's see where the 2 is going to go. And the 2, does that go in the 10? Does that go in the 10? No, it did not. It did not go in the 10 at all. One more arrow left. He's locked on the 10 cup right now, but let's see if he's going to get this. Timer will resume once he shoots the third one. Here we go. 110 on the timer, and that is incomplete. So Stormz in a little bit of some trouble right now. "55 seconds. And that first one was incomplete. Here goes number 2. He's going to go for the 3 cup. And that is also incomplete. So those were all 3 of his arrows. Let's see where Pancake is going to go. And, oh, wait a minute. 27 seconds. Nope, that lands on the slab. That is incomplete. 27 seconds. 25 seconds now after that second arrow. And that's the third arrow. That is gone. Stormz still has time. There is still one more quarter left. But let's see if he can make a comeback here. 9 seconds now remaining. Getting close to the end of quarter number 2. 1. And that's the timer now. And that is incomplete. And that brings us to the end of quarter number 2. One final quarter left remaining. You are watching the Minecraft Beer Pong League. 4 to 7 is our score. This will determine who is going to the championship game and who is going home. We will return after this. Pancake with possession of the arrows when we come back. Not a bad day to be outside. People buying some stuff over at the shops. And people doing some work outside. And relaxing and vibing. Really nice with these people. So one more final quarter remaining. Pancake still with the lead. 4 to 7 is the score. Pancake still with the 7, the 8, and the 10 left. Stormz in a little bit of some trouble here as he's at 4 points at the moment. The only arrows he's got, the only cups he's got open are the 2, the 3, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And he's been really struggling with the far ones. But let's see if he can make a comeback in the last final quarter, which is happening right now. So like I said before, this will determine who is going to the championship game and who is going home. It will be Stormz or Pancake. We are about to find out. Pancake right now in some Pancake Diamond luck. He is doing very well right now. One arrow gone. Here goes number 2. That is incomplete. That goes right. That goes right through my face. And it does it again. Jeez. You gotta be careful over there, man. I'm about to get hurt very soon. I should really wear a helmet. So still 4-7. Storm's in a little bit of needing of some help right now as he is 6 cups away. 6 points away from taking the win. And those 3 arrows were gone, I believe. I don't know where he's locked on right now. He's either locked on the 3, the 9, or the 10. We can't tell where he's going right now. That first arrow lands at the 7 at least. But unfortunately, it does not go in. Arrow number 2 is up. And that is very close in the 7, but that still does not go in. It was number 2 and number 3. That is gone. That is incomplete. No good. Still 4-7. That goes over the wall for Stormz. That is incomplete. So if Stormz wants to stay alive, he needs to get 3 arrows in a cup in order to tie the game. Or at least 4 arrows in a cup. In that case, he can turn the corners here. There's now 2 arrows gone. Pancake really struggling right now at the moment. Just 3 more arrows and 3 more cups. Well, this is now his final one. And that goes in! Dunkin' Pancake in the 7. Four to 8. It is now Stormz' turn. He needs to lock on and focus right now because so far Pancake is close to bringing this game to an end. 7:56. Here we go. Stormz goes over the 5. That is incomplete. 2 arrows left. That is also incomplete. That goes in between. Here goes the final one. That is also incomplete. So now Pancake's turn. Only 2 cups remaining. Only the 8 and the 10. Let's see where he is going to go. And we got a timeout right here. So we're gonna stop the timer at 7:26. Stormz needs to take a timeout. So he's got 1 more left remaining as he's gonna use a second timeout. 4-8 is the score. We'll be back in a few. Stormz now with 1 timeout remaining as he just used the second one. So let's see where this is going to end up right now at the moment. He's still shooting away. We won't count that right now at the moment because the timer is not rolling. So I would recommend him stopping right now because we are about to start. So far, that last couple minutes of his timeout, he just did some practice shots. But let's see if it was worth it. So he's got 2 arrows left remaining. Let's see where he's going to go. And that second one was incomplete. He's got 1 more left. That is incomplete. So Pancake got 7:16 on the timer. It's his turn. He has the 8 and the 10 left. Stormz with 1 timeout and Pancake with all 3 of his timeouts. So that first one was incomplete. That lands at the 4. That is blocked. The only cups he has left remaining are the 8 and the 10. So that second one was also incomplete, but let's see where the third one is going to go. Third and final one. That lands nowhere near the 8. So 6:46 on the timer. Let's see if the practice made progress for Stormz. And it looks like it did at 6:41. He's got it. And the 10. Dunkin' Stormz. Five to 8 on the scoreboard. Let's see where Stormz is going to land at now. Second one has been fired. That is incomplete. I believe he's now aiming for the far ones, it looks like. That second one is... that third one was incomplete. That is no good. 6:28 on the timer. Let's see where Pancake is going to go. That first arrow is incomplete. That was close to landing at Stormz, but luckily he is okay and not injured. And I'm surprised he hasn't gotten one penalty mark during this whole game. That is crazy. That second one is incomplete. Let's see where the third one goes. The third one at least goes over the wall, but lands at the 2, but that is blocked. So 6 minutes left. See where Stormz is going to end up at now. And that first one was incomplete. So he still has the closer 2 cups left and 3 of the far ones. That was close inside of the 3. That is incomplete. And that third one lands at the wall. That is incomplete as well. So let's see where Pancake is going to go for his 3 arrows. That first one lands at the wall. 5:30 on the timer. Still with the lead right now. 5-8. So far, I believe that was 2 arrows gone. So far, his goal right now is to try and get all 10 cups. If he gets all 10 cups, he'll be joining Ian Ray and Flash Z in the top 10 club. It's now Stormz' turn, 5:03. Alright, so that was his first arrow gone. It looks like he's trying to aim right now at that 7. That's 2 arrows gone. I'm going to go a little bit closer so I can see better. And oh, wait a minute, 442, did that go in? I always want to make sure if these go in. That was pretty close, honestly, not going to lie. But that lands at the slab, no good. So 442 on the timer. It's now Pancake's turn. Let's see where he's going to go. And it looks like he's aiming for that 10. Here we go. Close to a penalty mark. That was so close to Stormz. Here's number 2. That one is close. That hits Stormz' chest. Luckily, the chest is okay and not damaged. That third one is incomplete. So 4:24 on the timer. If Stormz could get all 3 cups, not all 3 cups, all 3 arrows, he could tie the game. But right now, that's 1 arrow gone. And that's now 2 arrows gone. So let's see where the third one is going to land. That third one does not land anywhere near the 7. That was close to the 7. That lands at the slab. But let's see if he can get it again when it is his turn. So far, Pancake with 1 arrow gone. That's incomplete. Lands at the wall. And 347, no good at the 10. One last arrow. Lands on Stormz' roof. Luckily, he's okay and not injured, like always. So that first arrow, he's locked on the 7. He really wants to get that 7. 2 arrows gone. I'm going to move a little bit closer so we can see. That is also incomplete. That's 3 arrows gone. 3:17 on the timer. First arrow up. That's incomplete. So far, Pancake is having a good day right now. And this is pretty intense. Not going to lie. And looks like it's not going to be intense anymore right now for Stormz. And yes, there it is in the 10. Stormz needs to put his body into maximum overdrive if he wants to win. 5-9 now. Stormz now fires his arrows. This is not looking good for him right now at the moment. He is in trouble. Final arrow for him for right now. That's incomplete. We are now at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. 1 more cup open for Pancake. Let's see if it's good. Is it perfect? No, it is not. We have to stop right here at the moment. Hold on, let's stop at 2:26. One second, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. 2:26 on the timer. We had to take a quick game timeout. But we are now back. Five to 9 on the score. Stormz still in some trouble right now at the moment. Let's see if he can change that around the last few minutes. 2:26 on the timer. This is his final arrow here. That's incomplete. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I had that mixed up. He still has 2 more shots left. My bad. Here goes arrow number 2. Let's see where arrow number 3 is going to go. That goes over the wall. That's incomplete. 1:47 on the timer. Let's see where Pancake is going to go. Only the 8 cup remains for him. There goes 2 arrows. They are gone. 1 left at 1:30. And that is also incomplete. So Stormz could try and make something happen here. Let's see what can happen here in the final few minutes. Will he be able to get some dunk-ins? We have no idea. That was close in the 2, though. That is incomplete. That final arrow lands out of the arena incomplete. 1:03 on the timer right now. This is not looking good for Stormz right now. We're at 1 minute. Pancake, that is incomplete. Only 1 cup open. Is that the final one? And that is incomplete. That is very close. I'm getting so excited right now. Is that it? No, it is not. That is not it. 35 seconds. That is incomplete right there for Stormz. Here goes the second. Also incomplete. Close in the 2. And that is also incomplete. So Pancake right now at 18 seconds. Can he get that final 8 cup before the time runs out? That is close in the 8. Here goes number 2. Number 2 incomplete. Here goes the final arrow. And that is the end of the game. Five to 9. And we figured out who is going to the Minecraft Beer Pong League Season 1 Championship game against Ian Ray. We are looking at this man right here. Congratulations to JalapeñoPancake. You are going to the World Pong Championship game. Pancake, unmute your mic, my friend. How are you feeling right now?
Dude, I'm at a mix of like super excited, but at the same time terrified, because look, I won this game and I'm happy about that. Don't get me wrong. I feel really good about the outcome of this match. My only problem is that Ian Ray has made it into the top 10 club twice in his career of beer pong, and I haven't been able to do that. My best score, again, just like last time, I've stayed consistent, finishing the game at 9. And that scares me a little bit, because if the consistency continues, I might lose. So right now, all I can really focus on is like, what's going to happen next game. Again, I'm super happy with the outcome of this game. Stormz, you played your heart out, buddy. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to face you. And my gosh, just like, it's a mix of feeling good and also dread at the same time. But I guess that just means I have to put in some extra work and make sure I'm ready.
Yeah, that's going to go over to do the exact same thing with Ian Ray. He is going to be training as well as you are too. But what are your strats for this game? What were your strats for this game? How did you do this?
Gosh, my strats were completely abolished this game. I don't know if you remember the last game, I kind of used the sun, right? But can't seem to see it anywhere. It's really hidden somewhere else.
Right over here in the middle.
Really? I don't see it.
It's like right above you.
Oh, maybe that's why. So yeah, I didn't have any sun, so I was kind of like going off of how far away my cursor was to my roof here, and yeah, like lining up with each cup, measuring like how far away my cursor is from the tip right here of the roof, and trying to find an even medium when it comes to how far to pull the bow back. Like I was finding standing right about here, aiming right here, shooting kind of like that, about 2 ticks. I swear if that went in, I'm gonna be so mad.
I will check right now. That did go in.
It did.
That went in.
I hate my
I
life.
bet you're so mad right now.
No, I'm actually pissed. No, I'm actually pissed.
It doesn't matter right now because you just won the game. You are going to Beer Pong Season 1 World Pong Championship game against your former enemy, Ian Ray. Do you think you can beat him?
I will give him the fight of my life. That's all I can promise. I can't promise a win. I will promise that I'll give it my all. I'm still mad. Dude, now this is like a Homer Simpson moment. This is like a go moment.
Congratulations, you still advance.
Thank you very much.
Five to 9, FX Stormz, buddy. Hey, can you please turn around for me, man? Thank you. 5 to 9. I have to say, it wasn't really that bad. You did make some points, but did you at least have fun?
Yeah, the game was fun to be honest, but we'll be back next year, and we'll try to secure the chip.
Oh, that is true, yeah. You did confirm yourself to go into Season 2, right?
Yeah,
Are you going to get as much training in as possible so you can get in the top 10 club?
absolutely. I'll put in that work
And
next year. I'm ready. I'll be ready for it.
I have to say, my friend, you got a great
Next
start.
season.
You got the first point. And yeah, just what happened back there? What was your strategy this whole game? What happened?
Well, I was kind of just, I don't know what I guess. I was kind of like trying to aim for, I was trying to aim. I didn't really have a strat. I didn't really plan this out, which I probably should have, which was my biggest flaw. I was just, yeah.
Well, anyways, I hate to say this right now, but you are going home with still a medal. I still feel bad for you. You will get your medal in the mail. I hope you did have fun. And we'll see you in Season 2, my friend.
See, I gotta go to McDonald's shit.
Well, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching the Minecraft Beer Pong League. We will see JalapeñoPancake in the championship game against Ian Ray. Let's load up that tourney bracket. We have our 2 players now. Ian Ray, if you're watching this, here's your opponent, JalapeñoPancake. In New York, I am actually so surprised, and I can't wait to go to New York and start building this map and actually start recording this for all of you. Thank you guys so much for watching. 5 to 9 is your final score. Make sure to subscribe to JalapeñoPancake, FX Stormz, it's Dan MC, and of course myself and Top Shot. Make sure to go do that right now if you guys haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and there will be more matches in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Minecraft Beer Pong League, signing off.